Hello and welcome to the video. So today I'm here in Dublin Airport and it's gonna be quite an exciting video. So we're flying Aer Lingus, you can see right there. Aer Lingus, I believe it's an A330 business class all the way to Boston. I am Irish as of descent and I grew up flying Aer Lingus all the time to come back to Ireland. But I haven't flown in a few years now and I've always loved it. And so let's go get checked in, check it out, check out the lounge, and go from there.
Okay, so step one in Dublin Airport. Now, if you're flying Aer Lingus, they have their own little check-in side all the way to the right. Now, because I was flying business, so this is the main one where everyone is like hanging out. There's automatic check-in there. It's pretty cool, pretty handy. But if you're flying business class, you can have that special check-in lane right there. So that's the thing you see behind here. Like, let's put a little arrow there. Boom. Premium cabin. For whatever reason, they couldn't process my reservation. Right into the business check-in, which they call the premium check-in, which is kind of nice. They have it cornered off, all separated. Kind of nice. Kind of makes it feel a little bit bougie. After checking in, now Dublin Airport's kind of interesting. It's like 3 layers. So you go up the second layer, that's where you get arrivals, and then you go up the 3rd escalator to where you get to security and all that good jazz stuff. So here, now we're at security. By being business class, you get a fast track, so you don't have to go through the general security. You get to go through the fast track security, which sometimes Dublin Airport can get pretty busy, so it can make it can definitely save you. But today wasn't so super busy, so the fast track didn't really matter. But cool to use nonetheless. I like that feature. And then boom, right after security, gets spit out into the duty-free stuff. So like, buy in stuff if you want. Then you get to the Starbucks, and then after going through duty free, you get to the gates. So I think I missed the photo up there, but they have the list of all the planes on where they're going. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. If you're flying to a US destination, you go through US customs and immigration in Ireland, which is really interesting. So like, that means that you go through all of customs in Ireland. So like, when you arrive in America, it's like you're coming in on a domestic flight and you don't have to go through customs again. It's like you get off over your flight from Florida and right at the door, no problem whatsoever. Okay, so after going through customs, you get to the lounge. This is the lounge for just US flights, and so it's kind of cool. Like, it's big, it had showers, but the coolest thing is it had Guinness. You had your own tap of Guinness. And whenever I'm in Ireland, I like to have a few Guinnesses. So this is the food here. The food was decent, you know, mashed potatoes, some chicken, some rice, all that jazz. You can make your own pancakes, which are pretty cool indeed. But the highlight of it for me wasn't the chowder, it was the Guinness on tap, which is something you don't really ever see, but you see it there. Look at that. Guinness on tap in the back end. So this is step one. I got some coffee, I got I think some chowder with potatoes, some soup, some sandwiches, and yeah, nice view of the planes from here. I love that Aer Lingus livery, the green, super nice. You don't really see too many green planes, but the lounge was pretty big. The lounge is pretty big, spacious. I had a few hours before the flight, so I just kind of hung out here, and then I took a shower, and luckily this lounge had shower options.
Righty, check this out now. So this is gonna be the lounge showers. Still in the 51st and Gold lounge. This is what it's called. I forget the exact name. I've had a few gin and tonics, but this is the showers. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Now technically, this lounge is on US soil because we've gone through US pre-clearance already, and basically that means when we land in Boston, you don't need to go through customs. I went through that already before getting here. Compared to American lounge, I've never seen a shower this nice in America. I love to take a shower before I get on a flight, and it's getting close to boarding time, so let's see what we got. We change into PJs afterwards. We've got some shampoo, nice lotion, body wash, and we get going. Let's check out the water pressure here now. Oh, fancy schmancy, baby. Ooh, pretty strong water pressure. Check out this water pressure. This is pretty good. This is better than a hotel quality shower. And I'll see ya on the other side, and it will be about time to board. Oof, what a shower. Let's go get on board now. Check out the plane.
Okie doke, straight out the showers, and it is time to get on the plane. I still have plenty of time. I love getting to airports hours early before I even need to be on the flight, just to check out the airport, check out the lounge. I'm very interested in airplanes in general. But here, I'm in line now, I'm about to board. So business class, as you'd expect, boards first, and so I was able to get on the plane, like the second person on the plane. And luckily, you don't have to go to a remote stand. You just kind of can walk through like a normal gate to get onto the plane. Some airports in Europe, they make you go to a remote stand where you enter on a bus and then bus to the plane. But luckily not in Ireland.
How are you?
Doing?
Good, thanks. 3K.
3K, lovely. Good.
Good, how are you? Good. Great.
And I'm sitting in 3K today. 3K. 3K is the king seat. So there's a few seats that are the best seats if you're flying Aer Lingus Business Class. That would be 3 and 5. These are called the throne seats. The throne seats because you get the space of 2 seats and 1 seat all for yourself. So sometimes you have to book this a little bit in advance, but it's well worth it. You get 2 big shoulder spaces. The seat is the same, but you just get more space on your left side and your right side, which for me makes it completely worth it. Check out how cool this plane is. Plenty of room for my legs, more than enough room, plenty of space.
A little review, pre-takeoff. Some nice service.
Back at the Sair, before we took off, they hand out the menu, and the food on Aer Lingus is always pretty good. So it's only about 5 hours from Europe to America, so it goes by really fast. But you get 2 meals, you get a big dinner, and then you get a small little like breakfast before you arrive. The food was pretty good, so I think I went with the beef today, and then before you land, you get a little bit of a breakfast. You get all sorts of drinks, you know, you can have gin and tonics. I really like gin and tonics. I think I had a lot of gin and tonics on this flight. But you can get whatever cocktail you want. They start off with some champagne, so they pass around some champagne. Delicious. And then you can recline. This is a full lay flat seat, so if you want to sleep, you can. And I certainly made use of that, as you'll see in like a minute or two. But this is how the controls, you can lay it completely flat, stretch it out, use that remote for operating the TV. And this is the little gift bag or amenity kit that they give you. Of course, they give you some socks. This is where I get most of my socks from these days. Earplugs if you have a trouble sleeping with a high altitude. A toothbrush, which is another way of how I collect my toothbrushes from my teeth. A little bit of lotions, hand cream to, you know, freshen up. You know, flying can really take a toll on your body in terms of like drying out your skin. So the moisturizer is nice. Frankly, I never really use it, but it's a nice little touch to have. And they give you noise canceling headphones. Economy, they just give you the cheap ones. These are like the bougie Bose ones, so they're nice. I love the greenery on Aer Lingus. It just ties it together, makes it feel like a very Irish airline, which, I mean, it should because it is. Okay, so now we have the TV. What's on the TV here? So you got lots of movies. You got a whole bunch of movies. You got the general TV shows, not How I Met Your Mother, but The Big Bang Theory, of course, which is on everyone. I forget actually what I watched on this flight, but I believe it was a bunch of Big Bang Theories, and then they had some games as well too. They had the Avatar movie, which is kind of cool. Yeah, and it's just about time to take off. Look, even the stewardesses are in green. Everyone's in green, and green is one of my favorite colors, and it's the color of Ireland too. Nice comfy pillow.
Paul Spencer is in charge of Africa flying this evening. He's already introduced himself and tells us
Dang, I like that Irish accent.
Approximately 6 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay, 6 hours.
In preparation for departure, we ask you to
shamrock.
please check that your seatbelt is indeed securely fastened. Tabletop in front of you is clipped up, and that your seat back is in a fully upright position with the armrests down.
And they had a whole ton of Friends. That's actually what I watched, I believe. This flight was a lot of Friends episodes. And before you know it, we're pushing back and about to take off from a very grey and kind of rainy Irish day. The weather in Ireland is very rainy a lot of the times, but you know, it's kind of nice. That is why everything is so green. Beautiful. And the cabin is frankly beautiful. Once they dim the lights, there's a bit of a purple hue. And before you know it, we're off on the runway and boom, look at that. Off we go. And I believe this was an A330 today, the flight, or the airplane was an A330. Off into the clouds. And right after takeoff, they pass out little Wi-Fi cards. So if you're flying business class, you can use the Wi-Fi free of charge, or you can buy it for like 15, I think 20 bucks or not. But it's kind of like a nice amenity to be given the Wi-Fi. You're given a nice comfy blanket, and before you know it, we are above the clouds and soaring off towards America. And so I'm always curious, how does the internet do on these planes, they're getting better over time. Today the internet wasn't great, but it was like for airplane, it was pretty good. Like, you know, upload speed of 150, 116 megabytes, you know, not terrible. I've seen worse for an airplane, and now it's 2024 right now. I recorded this back in 2022. As of 2024, the Wi-Fi in the Aer Lingus has gotten a lot better, but you'll see that in a future video. But frankly, it was good enough to browse. Like, you could look at ESPN and look at stuff. Oh, Ja Morant's in trouble. Oh no. And yeah, it was all for free. So that's pretty cool. I mean, not free because it's already included in the price, but it's nice to have. Nice little perk. Cabin's nice. It was pretty empty today. Just watching some, I honestly forget which TV show I was watching, but here I am, pretty comfortable, sitting upright, and they're just about to start passing out the first round of service. Like, pretty much as soon as you get up in the air, they come around and take orders for dinner. Oh, look at that view. I love the shamrock. The green shamrock. Absolutely beautiful. So here they come with the starters. I got a gin and tonic, gunpowder Irish gin. And the really cool thing is they pass around these little like cheese biscuits with onion jam, and the gin and tonic with the cheese biscuits is absolutely delicious. Now, I had never tried Irish gunpowder gin before. Frankly, it was really nice. It was the one that the crew recommended, and it was absolutely delicious. Very hard, very strong. It was very easy to get a little bit tipsy on those, but it was very good. Now, these are my favorite. These are the little like cheese biscuits with onion jam. There's something with the cheese and onion combination which is just addictive. It's like heroin. It's like a drug. And then right after the gin and tonic, they pass around some hot towels. Nice way to clean up, rehydrate your face. Your skin gets very dry if while flying, so it's nice to just kind of like splash some water or clean up afterwards. And here, boom, the dinner. Starting off with the salmon appetizer, with a bit of butter and some bread. Salmon was delicious from what I remember. I'm always skeptical about eating fish on a plane, but Aer Lingus and their salmon, they did it pretty well. Like, I've only had salmon other than I've had salmon in Iceland Air, but this Aer Lingus salmon was very good. Got a red wine for dinner, and I believe I got the beef as well. They definitely do a heavy pour in Aer Lingus. They will definitely top you up. And I got like the beef and cabbage and mashed potatoes. Just like a classic Irish meal. A bit of carrot there on the side and the gravy. Talk about a hearty meal. Delicious. And they have their own little salt and pepper shakers. Excuse the filming, guys. I'm getting better at this. But, honestly, I could have done a much better job filming. But the food was delicious. It might not look that appetizing, but let me tell you, it tasted quite good. Classic Irish beef, mashed potatoes and cabbage in gravy, with a bit of wine, a bit of gin tonics. Delicious, nutritious. Well, I'm not sure how nutritious it is for you, but I'll tell you, it tasted good. As always, my favorite part of the meal is the bread, hot rolls, like the hot warmed up bread and butter at the end. Can't be beat. But I'm not gonna, subject you guys to watching me just stuff my face the full time. Let's get back to the flight. Well, at the end, for dessert, I got a cheese board, which was actually quite nice too, with a bit more bread and jam. Got a coffee and some cheeses, and another gin and tonic. So the food was quite good, and the meal, you can stretch it out however long you want. I think I made this meal last like probably like an hour and a half from start to finish. They really don't rush it through, which is really nice. They're not forcing you to like, be done, go on, move on. You can eat at your own pace. So another gin and tonic after dinner. And just like that, it is time to call the meal an end and take a bit of a nap. Let's put the chair down and see what the bed is like down here. Well, I guess here I'm just showing you, this is how the table tray opens. It's kind of like you pull it out from the side. But yeah. And then I just watched some TV shows. And I turned into a bed. And then I took a nap. Flying always makes me really tired. Like, if I don't sleep in the plane, I'm gonna sleep the full day afterwards. I'll tell you, the pillow was quite nice, the bed was quite nice, and there's plenty of space My feet didn't touch the end when I laid out, and boom, perfect. A-okay. I am A-okay. And they pass her. Ooh, guys, if you've never tried Irish candy, you gotta like this dairy milk and those potatoes, absolutely delicious. After a few hours of sleep, I'm up again, and this is a little breakfast. They got it looks like an egg sandwich. I forget exactly what it was, but I think it was an egg sandwich with a muffin and some coffee. Pretty good. And before you know it, we're landing. We're landing in Boston. Only 6 hours. Time flies by when you're on the plane. Boston nighttime is pretty. No rain here, and coming in for a landing. Boom, we're on the ground. And once again, throne seat. You can kind of see in the back, like they fit 2 of those seats in the size of 1 throne seat. So if you can, I really recommend going for seats either 5 or 3, 5K, 3K, 3A, 5A. That is where you will get the best seats. And just like that, that Aer Lingus flight is over. It's a really quick trip in the end, like 6 hours flies by.
All right, so that's Aer Lingus across the Atlantic Business Class on their A330. Pretty good. I had a great time. It went by very fast. It was only six and a bit hours in total. So I hope you liked the video. Now here in Boston, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.